over explaining and justifying my choices. My cutoffs are personal, they're spiritual. Anyways, I call back all energy that belongs to me. I am not the caretaker of those who want to assess me. I release the programming of being wholly responsible for the happiness of others. The divinity in me, you know that. Okay, we are live. I should share my energy and who sees me. It simply respects me. Not though. All righty. We are live, making sure we're live. All righty. So make sure y'all share it. Hashtag connecting Black women. Hashtag over a cup. Please share as well. Even the Zoom link directly to people so people can come on in the Zoom room. Again, so happy that you all are here. Y'all, I'm so excited. I have one more share. Let's see, I don't before I forget, with Laganzi and K-L-E-K. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and start and get started. Thankful that you all are here. Y'all, cheerleader dance. I was on the pill squad, but hey, we're gonna make it happen. Okay, so I am Shanquetta Cunningham. For those who may not know me, I am the owner and operator of Caris Group Consulting, where it's our mission to disrupt narratives about nonprofit success. That we are all called to do a great work in this earth. And I just believe that with right strategies and systems, we can accelerate that work and do the great work of serving people and also not going broke doing it. So that is Caris in a nutshell, and the great work that I am called to do and to steward. And also with that, just to give you a little background of Over a Cup, actually in 2017, I often went, and still do, but I often went to Little Rock and just different spaces where I was wanting community, a community of women that looked like me, that was in the space of entrepreneurship. And it seemed like we were all here in Northeast Arkansas, or yes, I knew of various businesses and different things, but we were in silos. And I was admiring and kind of like feeling a little bit lonesome, right? Of just forging that community here in Northeast Arkansas. And so just was led by God to start this wonderful group. And I called certain women, one of those women who's literally been here since the very first meeting, who you are about to hear from as well, with Candace Brooks. We met at Starbucks January 2018, and we've been meeting every fourth Saturday since. And so now we are here at this great space of not only just doing business together, but actually forging a community and connecting Black women entrepreneurs in Jonesboro and in the NEA area. Because at the end of the day, my motto is that we grow better when we grow together, and shared success has to be the model. And if we are the kingdom believers that God has called us to be, and if we actually profess to be, then we'll know that we don't lack sharing resources, and we don't lack connecting. We don't lack when we leverage with one another. So all of that greatness is coupled inside Over a Cup. In this next phase, we've been having meetings, and we've been doing workshops and different gatherings. Well, now we're here for a special announcement on this next phase of what we can call Over a Cup 2.0. But before we get to that, I would be remiss if I did not give you the awesome privilege of who of the great women that serves alongside me in multiple capacities, but the founding board members as well of Overcup. And with that, we'll start with our Vice President, Candace Brooks.
Good evening, ladies. As Shanquetta said, I'm Candace Brooks. I am a business consultant with the Arkansas Small Business and Technology Development Center. I'm also a co-owner of Take One Performance, a new business here in Jonesboro. And I'm also a licensed realtor in Jonesboro, so serving Northeast Arkansas. I'm excited to join you all this evening, and I'm looking forward to our announcement. I'm going to pass it over to Angela.
Hi, everyone. My name is Angela Jefferson. I am the founder and executive director of Everlasting Knowledge Academy, also known as ECA. We are an intergenerational faith-based learning center here in Jonesboro. We are fairly new as well. We opened our doors in April, and I am just excited about serving our community and creating this community for Black women entrepreneurs. Stay tuned for our announcement. And Rebecca.
Good evening, ladies. Forgive my non-face showing. I am traveling. I am Rebecca Gregory, RG Consulting, and I am excited to be a part of Over a Cup. I am based out of Memphis, Tennessee. We are a consulting company that focuses on helping women in leadership build and not break, learning how to navigate life and leadership. And I am looking forward to you guys joining us with Over a Cup, servicing the greater Northeast Arkansas area. And I'm looking forward to our announcement.
Thank you, Mr. Rebecca, soon to be Dr. Rebecca. And we also have our founding board member, the Mrs. Sonia Sanders. Many of you know Miss Sanders, Mrs. Sanders. And we will introduce her. You all know of her in the aspect of all things real estate, right? Just highlighted as being the top realtor in Northeast Arkansas, the best of the best, something of that magnitude. She's just fabulous. And so she is on the call, but under the weather at this moment. We just thank her for being here and for her support for our efforts and just everything that she provides to us and our sisterhood. So, y'all, I should put back on the music. Okay. I do need some hype music. Okay, so listen, we've been meeting, and if you want to meet, we encourage you as well to follow Over a Cup. And so can you make sure that that's in that chat as well? Follow Over a Cup. We meet every fourth Saturday at 9 a.m. Look out for the where we meet at. We change at various locations, whether at bank or a local coffee shop trying to patronize our local spaces here. But that's every fourth Saturday. We talk about everything from scaling our businesses to marketing, to our business plans, to how do we identify our core value products, what's with a spreadsheet and keeping up with our finances, all of those wonderful things. Thank you. And also if you can put it in on the live stream as well, that would be awesome because I'm not looking at that. So with that, here is the deal. Let's start with the problem first. Here is the problem. As in the study that some of you participated in about 2 years ago. The problem is that the average median income for Black women entrepreneurs in Arkansas is at $24,000. The problem is that with African American entrepreneurship in our local area, that we are at less than 0.2% of getting access to capital to further our businesses and to expand our services and our products. The problem is that we are viewed as consumers, but when it comes down to business and getting a stake in our community, that we still have great work to do to be invited to certain tables, right? And so the point, and one of the greatest things about Over a Cup is that we don't wait, and we don't have to by the grace of God, that we build our own. But we also know that it's important to show that our businesses are valuable and are deserving to be a part of the conversation of our local economic system in general, me specifically, and our holistic economic system within our state. And we also recognize that the problem is that we have a lack of information. Information deficit and poverty is real. Financial information poverty is real. And you could be making money in your business right now, but have you, just taken back and step and look back at just the problem areas when it comes down to maybe taxes and how to do a spreadsheet and how to keep up with your finances, and maybe just learning about QuickBooks and what it is with marketing beyond your social media, right? And the difference between social media marketing and being internet based, for worldwide marketing. All of these things and conversations that other communities have had right at their fingertips, we've had to fight and dig for it. And that's a problem. And one of the things that Over a Cup seeks to do is to bring us together so that we can address these problems, but we don't stay there. We move to the solutions that will help us and that will catapult our businesses to the level of success that I know that exists within us. I know that we have millionaires and future millionaires right here in this community, but we need the support like every other group has had that access to get, right? And that there is also a problem with thinking that getting support and that we have to have this grind and hustle mentality, and that shows the validity of who we are in our businesses. Wrong. We work the system. We should access the system like everyone else. So what does that mean? It means sometimes that we do have to take that step and educate ourselves. It means we do have to immerse ourselves in knowledge so that we can not only work our businesses, but also learn the work of our businesses. There's just things that we do. We have great products. We have great services. And we don't know what, a business plan is, or we think now we still have to write a 20-page business plan. How many of you know what a lean Canva is right now, right? That we can make a consolidated business plan. All of these things that we just have not had the privilege of knowing until this moment. Can y'all say excited? Okay, here we go. Y'all know I can pivot from my Harriet Tubman. So now let's do this. Okay. So what we are excited to announce, let me get this going. I probably can't do it like I want to, so I'm just going to do it like it's probably the safest way so I won't exit off the screen. Okay, this is what we're going to do. Yeah, we're going to do this. Can y'all see that? Let me know. Okay. Oh, I did it. Okay. Let me scoot to the side. Okay. People, my beautiful, intelligent, amazing fellow Black women entrepreneurs, we are so excited to announce that because of the grace of God that spoke to the generosity of a funder, that we will be launching the first incubator program specifically for Black women entrepreneurs in Northeast Arkansas, starting in February 2023. Music, cues music. I cue my own. Hand claps. Thank the Lord. It's a shout. All that. I'm gonna still flow with it because I'm still feeling it. Hey, y'all, y'all, I'm gonna be saying the letter of the alphabet. I will not cry. I'm from Mississippi County. I will not cry on this live. Listen, God is so good and He is so faithful. At the end of the day, we need the information to access to open doors. We need information, and I'm encouraging you all. The links will now be shared with you all in the chat to look over the qualifications in which I am going to go over with you all. But it's important for us to dive into the knowledge of working the business and the work of the business. And those are two different things. And so what will happen in the LEAP Academy? We will have a spring cohort and a fall cohort. We are looking for 12. I know it's exclusive because you're exclusive, right? But we are looking for 12 amazing Black women entrepreneurs. This is exclusive and unapologetically for Black women entrepreneurs because we've already outlined the problems, right? That when it comes to access to capital, when it comes down to access to information, where we need a safe space and a community. And while we are not trying to separate ourselves, we definitely now we're going to incubate ourselves with one another and learn the information that has been deliberately and strategically withheld from us in the LEAP Academy. Thank you all, that's our fellow supporters and allies, because we appreciate you. And I thank you with that explanation. You definitely have a great understanding now of why this is important. Bless you. Thank you. So with the LEAP Academy, this is a program again, 12 amazing people. And let me tell you how you're going to make history. So not only is this the first program in Northeast Arkansas, specifically for Black women entrepreneurs, if you are part of this first cohort, you will forever be part of the history making class of the LEAP Academy. What does LEAP stand for? Leveraging expertise to accelerate profit. This point is not just for us to gather every week. While it's going to be great and we're going to have an amazing time, but we are going to dive deep again into those unknowns. Like we're talking about keeping up with our numbers, but I know that some of us may not even know how to work a spreadsheet. Before we get to QuickBooks, we have to get to the basics, and we're going to learn that. And this is not a program that highlights your deficits. It highlights the systemic deficits, right? But because we are so amazing, all we need is this program and some other tools, and we're going to keep gaining knowledge. And that's going to even further our businesses to the next level. We're also going to talk about what it is to put together a business plan. How do we engage in networking? Who do we network with? Because it is so true that your network determines your net worth. Some of us are trying to do business with familiar spaces when we have global products. But how do we market that? Who do we contact? How do we put together this plan? How, we even, maybe even just from the basics of that we have a website and it's engaged, but how now do we create systems to where we automate if we're not doing everything in our businesses, right? All of these things that we are scrambling to Google and we're trying to catch on every YouTube and podcast. But guess what? You will now have access to it every week for our 8-week program in the LEAP Academy. But it's not just, again, about coming together, listening to fabulous speakers and dynamic experts talk to you and bring their expertise and their knowledge. But it's about making relationships. But through this, some of the perks of it as well, we're going to ensure that you may need branding photos, right? We've been taking great photos with these phones, but we just need a little extra. We're going to ensure that you get a professional photo shoot. As well, you're going to have the opportunity at the end to receive financial support for your business. And as well, while the course is 8 weeks, you'll have the opportunity to take after that 2 weeks to prepare for your pitch day, where you will be in front of local bankers and financial supporters to ensure that you get the mentorship and further access to capital that you need to grow your business. Oh God, I gotta interject my praise break, right? It's it's so critical that we get the tools. And y'all, this is our time. People may say that it's a trend and when it's going to lead, that all the support, and where was the support at for Black women entrepreneurs in the past? Listen, at the end of it, we know at the end of the day, survival is not unfamiliar to us. We will find a way to rise and become successful. And we have a number of great African American entrepreneurs in this country that have shown us the way and have defied roadblocks. We have still yet to hear the numerous testimonies that needs to come from the South, and more specifically, the Delta region of this country. And we're hurting in the Delta region, but our businesses are definitely solutions. And just because we are Black women businesses, that doesn't mean we service Black people only. But we have to learn that internally, and then we got to teach the world that and teach our community that. And that's what we're going to do together. So with the L.E.A.P Academy, and I'm also going to now ensure that Candace, please jump in if I'm missing anything, because I know we got some dates to share, right? And I'm gonna fumble that because I don't have my paper up. Candace.
Yes. Are you needed to know the deadline?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, so the deadline for the application is January the 4th, by midnight on January the 4th. And then we are going to hold Zoom interviews on January the 6th. So whenever you are selected, you will be notified before January 6th so that we can schedule your interview. And it'll be after 6 p.m. to make sure that people have time to get on. And then after that, we will work with those that have been selected we will work with you to get your pictures scheduled for the photo shoot and everything. So yeah, you'll get more information, but the main date you need to know right now is January the 4th. But don't wait until the last minute, please, because I know how things happen with us with the holidays and things. And then if you have any questions during the application, that gives you time to contact us so that you can still get your questions answered and then get your application in on time. This is very important. We're so excited. This is our first cohort. So give us some grace so that we can, we were learning this together, but we're very excited. We're going to have some experts and professionals that are going to be presenting. It's going to be some good information. This is the 8-week program that you don't want to miss. And if you find that you cannot make it within that first cohort, say that, based on my schedule, I just cannot even do it for the spring, we're going to do it again in the fall. And then also Overcup is still going to be meeting monthly throughout the year. So don't feel that you're missing out if you don't make it in the cohort, because we have some different qualifications as well. And Shanquetta, I'll let you kind of speak on those qualifications if you want to talk on that.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Qualification. Yes. Okay. So we do want to ensure, we know that COVID did spur a number of great businesses and a number of great ideas. But a part of what this program is, it really is a merge of an incubator program, but more so it's like an incubator 3.0, that it's not just for startups per se, but in the business world, 2 years is considered probably a startup. But the minimum to which your business businesses, let me start over with that. The minimum to which your business had to be established was at 2 years. And we are going to validate that because you will see in the application, the uploads that you have to provide proof of your business status. You also, which means you have to be registered with the state you may have been doing business as, right? Or let's say you've been selling t-shirts and definitely have, been doing that well. But we definitely want to ensure that you have the documentation that supports that. And so this is why, these things are important. And again, as candidates share, to come to Over a Cup every fourth Saturday, because again, there's some things that you just don't know that you need to know. But we are looking for certain qualifications to start at least 2 years. This is not about if you've made, $40,000 or $1 million, right? We do want to see some income attraction into your business. We don't have a minimum on that. But we do want to ensure that you have been making money and making some sort of profit in your business. And as well, this is the biggie, because I do know that there are other people affiliated with Over Cup. We love our Central Arkansas sisters. But the program will require a commitment. So this program will require you to meet once a week for 2.5 hours a week. It's curriculum based, you all. And so it's not just information that you're going to Zoom and all of this stuff. And so it requires a time commitment. And that's why we not only have extended it for Craighead, but we do know other outlying communities that can get here within, a 40, 50 mile radius, will be able to access it. We will not be accepting applicants that are beyond a 1 hour travel time, and only because we just know, again, the intentions may be good, but we know that things come up, and we want to ensure, because we are just hopeful with all of just, even with the women on here, women that are watching, we want to ensure that we get people and that we hold those spots for people that are able to commit to the program. So those are just the bare minimum, and you will see on the application again of being 2 years in business, being in proximity to Jonesboro, Arkansas, within driving distance of our great city here. But it's for NEA, making some profit into your business, and that you have a presence. You will see that as well on the application, whether that's a social media presence or website. We want to check validity of your business. And again, if you need help with other aspects of your business, that's why we exist, to meet us every fourth Saturday at 9 a.m. Did I do my due diligence with that? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Awesome. Okay, so remember to keep sharing this video, because there is a $25 Amazon gift card for those who share this video on your news feed. We appreciate it. Y'all, sharing is caring. We believe here with Over a Cup in the abundance. We strategically share resources. The women that are affiliated with this know that, we literally share resources. We share information because we just know that there is no lack. So what else? Oh, I'm going to do a Q&A. We're going to do a Q&A. But I really want to stress the other side of joining with us. And on next Monday, our annual holiday soiree. So come on, get your pretty dress or pantsuit and skirt outfits on. Join us at 6 p.m. It is at no cost. And I don't know if I shared that. L.E.A.P Academy, there is not a cost. Probably should have said that. No cost for the L.E.A.P Academy, except the dedication of your time and your commitment, all right? But no financial cost to join the L.E.A.P Academy. Next Monday, put it in. Next Monday, our holiday soiree. Angela, could you put that a flyer and stuff in the Facebook too. Please join us at 6 p.m. I think it's 6. Yes, it's a Monday. 6 to 8. It's a networking event. You all, again, going back to network. It's so great to be connected to other people of the same heart, same mind, same business acumen, or to expand your horizons. You know, my thing is now I want to be the least smartest person in the room, right? I want to be in the room to where it's like I'm centered around women that's like, man, I gotta step my game up. And I do. When I first met the Sonia Sanders, she's gonna get me. That's how I felt. I was like, oh, the Sonia Sanders, yes, she is going to get me. And I'm definitely taking advantage of her being on the web right now. Because I know her. Oh, but I love you, Sid. But seriously, those are the caliber of women that I get to do life with, right? And so as you're growing your business, we got to again be unafraid to make new circles. You know, we have this thing, and I see people all the time say, no new friends. Well, you may not need no new friends, but you need some new partners. we need some new business associates and some new destiny helpers, right? And so that's what these opportunities allow you to do. So come out next Monday. It's going to be located at First Community Bank and at 6 p.m. The flyer is on there. I think it's First Community Bank, y'all. I'm too excited. Yeah, it's
First
in
Community
there.
on Southwest Drive.
Yes, Southwest Drive. Good deal. The big pretty bank. 6 p.m. We're so excited. The mayor will be in attendance again. He comes, give greetings. Y'all meet and talk to him about your business, and then we do kick him out. I say that graciously. With our honorable mayor Copenhaver, he knows because it's for us, it's our space, but he just comes to show his support of Black women entrepreneurs and the resources that the city have for us. And so we are so excited to have our highest local municipal dignitary come and be with us for a brief moment. So yes, that's the soiree. Let me stop moving, y'all. Sitting on my background. That's a soiree. So at this time, for those that did not come to the Zoom room, if you do have questions, it's you can drop them. We'll see if we can answer them through the chat. Somebody's looking at the chat on the live stream. But I do want to respect the great women that actually showed up in the Zoom room with us on tonight, and to see if you all have any questions that we can answer for you as it pertains to Over a Cup or the L.E.A.P Academy.
And you can either unmute or you can put your question in the chat box.
Yes. Trying to go through the chat box. Let me also say this, because sometimes I understand, like, if you're just hearing information, just trying to process the information. You know, one of the things about it that, trust me, like, let's just be honest, most of the people know, like, I write grants, or they come to me, we need business grants. You could be given $1 million into your business today. The question, though, is if do we know how to leverage our success? This is why information and education is so important. That we may think the quick fix is money, and that what we need is money. But money is actually the lowest form of success. And I know you're probably looking like, what? What are you talking about? Because if I have the information and the wisdom, I can duplicate the tool. And we were just talking about that earlier. we can duplicate the tool. We can duplicate what that success is in our currency, right? Of money and that return. But our businesses, if we think about the greatest businesses that we love right now, how they are designed to, and they have a great concept to produce great products and services to solve problems. We think about Chick-fil-A. That Polynesian sauce is anointed. It solves problems, right? But seriously though, if you've ever listened to the Kathy family, and I'm going to admonish you, if you want to do some homework and look at the podcast tonight. Mr. Kathy, he was with David Shans and he interviewed her. But the information that he shared, you think you're just going to get nuggets and Polynesian sauce and fries. Now, chicken strips not as anointed, but y'all probably, we can disagree on that. But but it's a system, right, that they utilize about leadership, about management. We're going to talk about that in the academy. And how do we find the right people? How do we align ourselves with the right processes? You see so many different things out there. We see different customer service systems. We got Dubsado and Honeybook, and Trello and Monday, right? And you may be confused, like, how do I even start with a simple management system of getting my clients and organizing my clients, or getting a system because I do event planning, and how do I organize that to where I don't lose events and lose gigs? I promise you, I've been there. And the only thing to that is not more money that was going to help me in those things. It's the information to know how to do business, the how to you all. And that's so important. So with that, again, asking if anyone do you all have any questions with that, and then it may, as this marinate, they may come, please feel free to inbox the Over a Cup page. And many of you all know myself personally, to inbox, or one of the board members with Angela Jefferson and Ms. Candace Brooks, Rebecca Jones, and Sonia Sanders. If you forget Over a Cup page or whatever, but one of us, it will be sure to get that information to you all. If you have questions in the interim, or as you process the information. But y'all, I'm so excited. We're excited. The community is excited. We're going to have a reception on next month and make a big, big splash for those that decide to take the leap and join us in the program and be a part of this first cohort, this history making cohort. God is so strategic, right? He's so strategic. So any more questions? No, not more. Any questions?
What's LEAP? What does LEAP stand for?
Leveraging expertise to accelerate profit. Leveraging expertise, because it is a curriculum-based program, right? You're going to learn, and then you're going to do and implement, right? And what does that do? To accelerate profit. Because at the end of the day, we're running a business. And we know that money is an answer to the things that we want to operate in this system. It may not be the highest form of blessings. It definitely is a big one, right? And so that's not lost upon us, right? That we're in business to make money. And we should say that unapologetically, that we're in business to make money, to leave a legacy, to do kingdom work, to do great things, to not only be the person say, oh, I'll pray for you, but that we also can say, I can pray for you and do something tangibly as well through our businesses. I know we all want that. So it's time to take the leap. Any questions? Any comments? All righty. Any last words from our board members?
No, any other comments from me?
Okay. Tall. Okay, tall. I'm sorry. No one understands that. That's Dr. Yvette Allen Moore. My fellow tall. Oh, Miss Amelia, we thank God for you. We know we thank God for you. Thank you all so much. Well, we do hope that you apply. And again, I love that Candace give us grace in this. Um, and so we're just thankful for the process. But one thing about it, we are a group of women that are unafraid of correction and progression. So we'll keep moving forward. We'll keep leaping forward, right? So, all righty. Well, if that is all, I want to say thank you for joining us. And again, don't forget to share. And we'll make the announcement on over the cut page of I'm gonna do it old school and I could just tape it. I'll just have my babies. Y'all know I have a lot of kids. Well, there's somebody, one of them. Put your name in the hat and they're gonna pull it. Okay. So that's what we'll do. I'm not fancy enough with all this online. We tried it, but we'll just do it the old school way. But thank you all for sharing. Thank you all so much for coming. Spread the word. You may, if you feel like this program isn't for you, but you know other great people, spread the word and share it and invite people to just check it out. All right. Thank you all again, and you all have an amazing night.